The perpetual quest of anyone who owns a 3D printer is to find expensive or expensive-looking stuff that you can 3D print for cheap in order to justify the cost of your stupid 3D printer. Well, that is the very quest we are on today. Now, these fancy, expensive-looking things that you can print, they can be like niche hobby parts, like for cars or something. They could be those flexible dragons they keep trying to sell you on TikTok. Or they could be, I don't know, designer furniture. But if that's what you're thinking of, baby, you're thinking too small. Because today we are taking aim at the all-too-lucrative tax evasion scheme that is contemporary art. Not modern art, it's different. Allow me to introduce our victim. This is Jeff Koons. He makes sculptures, mostly. Most famously, he makes these like balloon animal sculptures. And he makes them big, but he also makes them small. Most importantly, he makes these suckers stupid expensive. Even like a small sculpture of his can go for a whopping $40,000. And I want one. First, I browsed the internet for reference images. Lucky for me, these little sculptures are very well documented. They're a popular run of about 300 that he did a few years back, and there's pictures of them all over. They got them for sale, they got them from every possible angle, they got all the dimensions. I figure with a little elbow grease and a few hours in Fusion 360, I could whip up a pretty convincing approximation of what this puppy, no pun intended, looks like in real life. First, I decided to go and check Maker World real quick, and someone beat me to it. They did a really good job. And here we have it. Oh, it's a boy. Pardon me, sir. I always feel bad getting rid of these supports. They always look so cool, but into the ocean they go. Now this is pretty darn cool looking, if I do say so myself. And I do say so myself. But what filament did you print that in, you ask? Well, funny you should ask. Why, it's some of the finest Hyper PLA not that much money can buy. It's the Hyper PLA from Ujoy Bio, who have kindly sent me over a couple of rolls to try for this project. Now, you may be wondering why I went for like kind of these standard just red and yellow instead of the vibrant, shiny colors, which Ujoy Bio also offers for my little statue here. And it is definitely not because I panicked when they reached out and I just blurted out that I wanted the McDonald's color. Frankly, I'm offended that you would think that. Anyway, this stuff it's really good. It's just good filament. This is their Hyper PLA designed for high-speed printing. It's actually really strong too. I would put this stuff on par with PLA Plus. Like, look at this. Surprisingly durable. I mean, that took some chutzpah, it took some moxie, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think they sell it for like pretty cheap. I saw it on Amazon for like 15 bucks a spool. I think the reason that it's so reasonably priced is because this company actually manufactures filament for other companies, cough, cough, Creality, cough, cough. Not with these guys, no middleman, you just go straight to them and off you go with your Hyper PLA or your shiny whatever, and Bob's your uncle, you got a 3D print going. The bottom, not the best results in the world, not the worst, but I don't know. Give it a shot for yourself. I'll have a link down below where you can download this sucker and you can print out your very own Jeff Koons inspired sculpture. But yeah, this particular mild adventure into art forgery turned out to be less of a challenge than I really expected, and I just think that speaks to how amazing the 3D printing community is. Really, if you're gonna print something, you'd be amazed what already exists out there if you just look it up, and then printers are so good, you hardly have to do anything. You push a button, crank out a sculpture that looks the same as one that people with more dollars than cents are paying upwards of $40,000 for. Am I worried about lawsuits or anything to do with replicating a work of art such as this? Absolutely not. First of all, I'm a giant copyright nerd, so I could talk your ear off all day about how this is completely legal. Also, I would absolutely love the publicity that a frivolous lawsuit from a significant artist like Jeff Koons would bring, so come on, Koons, sue me, I dare ya. Seize the means of production, eat the rich.